In the first season, we got to see someone who's, really hard on himself and trying to figure all that out.
Him coming down from the altar and kissing Magnus wasn't them dating exactly. I think it was more him making a statement, and to the people around him, to his family, and to himself, to saying like, this is who I really am.
That's really a moment for Alec, for himself. And this season we explore now the next step, which is equally or if not more complex.
In season 2, we sort of start off with the negative effects of that, which is that kind of loss of grounding. He was able to control how he felt about things and how he felt about himself and how he handled the world around him, and now that that's all collapsed, he's a little bit of a mess.
Alec definitely needs someone to talk to, and especially Magnus is someone that has a lot of experience. He's 400 years old plus.
Alec spends the first half of season 2 very heavily focused on working that relationship out.
Because they come from two completely different worlds, there is this attraction, there is this magnet kind of relation that they're having together, and now they're trying to figure out where do we go from here. And then I think for second season, like Todd said, we're going to see a first date, and we're going to see them kind of explore and ask each other real questions as opposed to just that surface what we kind of saw a little bit from season 1. It's like it's very new to him, even though he's known Shadowhunters all the time, but not in a romantic way.
Nothing's really more important than finding out. You have to sometimes focus on that aspect of your life, or else you'll never really be happy. So
we're gonna find a way to get Magnus and Alec working on the same goals, kind of getting closer, building that kind of the attachment to each other and that relationship, and we're gonna see what happens there.
And also the things of what it is to be in a relationship, and those things that kind of start to come about, and you don't know where you go from here.
that's about learning a relationship. It's about learning what it's like to be in a relationship with somebody and figuring things out for one person. The other one figuring out what it is to be in a new relationship where they feel something more substantial, more personal than maybe they have in a long time. It's about finding themselves after years of loss and years of losing themselves. It's Magnus and Alec. They're going to spend a lot of time together.
A lot. I mean, there's going to be a lot of Malec. There's going to be a lot of good and, dare I say, challenging. I won't say bad.
They're going to get a little sweaty, and they enjoy themselves together, and sometimes they argue a little bit, but that's normal, that's normal.
Just seeing the two characters kind of help each other get through the mess that's happening, I think, within the down world and the shadow world, and with that, I think there's also there's this sweetness and this that I think plays really well with these they're basically opposites, and they're completely opposite, and it's like opposites attract, and then finding out why that happens, and I think we get to see that.
Because it's a true loving relationship between two great people. That's the honest truth. I mean, there's a lot of difficulty in them getting together, and I think people relate to that. But at the same time, I think really what it is that Alec is a good guy who's really interested in the well-being of others, and Magnus is, well, he's complex, but he's good. Okay.
I also think, with Magnus and them individually, because there's still a lot of things they need to deal with individually. And what's nice is they have that relationship to go back to and kind of talk about and help each other out.
Malec relationship's on a constant upward trend, I think, and I believe that's how it should be. And but that doesn't mean necessarily that everything's going to be perfect all the time, because you need to grow. To grow, you need these kind of little areas so you guys can adapt and learn how to work with each other.
What we all wanted to see was them sharing experiences together, and those experiences what's going to make them stronger. Whether it be intimate moments, or whether it be them solving something together, or even fighting for their lives together. I think those are moments that we take each step of getting to know each other outside of just sharing moments with outside of just sharing kind of past stories,
And I think that what's great about it is that it's being done in a way that is, in fact, quite honest, which is nice, because they recognize that there's a difference there and they play it carefully.
We're going to see a lot more of that, and them getting to do more activities together that would cause some riff and one side or the other being kind of pissed off at each other.
But we also have some really nice, sweet moments, and it's great. It's actually really great.
But there's going to be some great, delightful moments as well, because I know the fans just don't want them to have any hurtful moments at all. But the reality is that's life. So yeah, they're going to have to get through that.
I think for Magnus, it's sparks fly and it's magical, and there's something there that I think both of them can't really quite understand.
People were dying, people were dying and not knowing if either of us survived, I think is a true
It tells you what,
scene.
yeah, it tells you what, it tells people, what's important to you in those moments. And obviously there's a lot of things that are important in that moment. One of those things, the thing they were most afraid of is that.
And expressing that, not just knowing that, but expressing that to the other.
Yeah, and it takes courage, and sometimes courage comes from that kind of terror, that fear. There is no way ever that Malec, you could ever see Malec go downhill. It's not going to happen.
It won't.
Everything that happens is driving toward a singular end, and that end is their unending happiness.
Yeah. They want to. I think they need to go through these things to be happy. I think that's what we need to realize, because we do know that Magnus and Alec, there's something so special, about them. But also, the road to there isn't going to be rocky, and you need that to happen to get to that place. So.